And ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome everybody to Crashing Game Night. My name is Matt Diorio, your host, as always, and it's back to being the dynamic duo, just how we started it 311 episodes ago,
Oh my gosh.
right? This is episode three,
Yeah.
312 tonight. So,
Holy crap.
joined by the the beanied one, Gerard Barrera.
Hey, what's up, all my nerds out there? How you doing? What's going on? Holy crap, yeah. It's been a while. Not that I don't miss the old days, but
Fuck,
it's
right? I
it's yeah,
mean,
but this is like early like test phase days.
like, yeah, it was just us, and then eventually we added in Theo and then Jason and
Yeah.
yeah, so
Oh my
anyways,
gosh.
so Jerry, I want to start off tonight though. We've got a lot of craziness going on in the US right now. Um, but I want to say this
Yeah.
because we talk about this at the end of the show all the time, but I want to lead in with this that you know what? This is and always will be a safe place. I don't care if you are gay, you're trans, person of color, any of that, you are welcome in this family. You are welcome to game night to, come join us. Because we've always supported everybody's rights. We have friends of ours that are gay. We have friends of ours that have significant others that are trans. I have a trans sibling. And I just want to go on record, to say that everybody's here. It's a safe space. We are not going to discriminate against anybody. And also because certain individuals out there want to try and do away with a lot of the remembrance months and holidays and everything like that. I want to say this happy start of Black History Month to everybody out there because, they there's a lot of things going on where now all of a sudden some entities are no longer going to celebrate Holocaust Remembrance Day, Black History Month, Pride Month, a lot of those things now. And I feel that is our duty as allies that we need to support everybody. There's a lot of historical things that we can learn that Black History Month can teach us. When we're talking about like the Underground Railroad, Rosa Parks, Catherine Goebel helping to get Apollo up and running for NASA, right? There's a lot of history there. Tuskegee Airmen, first Black Air Force Squadron. So I just want to say, everybody, you're welcome. You're welcome at this game night anytime. And hopefully we can give you guys some laughs and a little bit of a distraction from the chaos that's going on in the world right now. Because I think we all need to be better and just have a little bit of happiness. So, you know what? We got a lot to talk about tonight. Hopefully we make you guys laugh. Um, Jerry, I want to ask you, Fantastic Four. What do you think of the trailer?
I thought it was interesting. Beforehand, I also just want to piggyback and just say, overall, yes, I think we need to stay open-minded and just be open to listen, to hear other people's side and their perspective, and just be open to change and or compromise. But overall, let's just try and listen and be better and be open. Subject change, Fantastic Four. Uh, Overall, I was very satisfied with everything. I thought man, I wasn't quite sold on like the because like when they said the classic look, like from the
Mhm.
poster, it looked like they were going straight classic look. And
60s. Yeah.
yeah, and man, they made it work. And I'm interested to see like where this is going because I don't know if this is the MCU Fantastic Four or if they're going to transition, like go to another to our MCU dimension. But overall as a first movie, and that glimpse of Galactus
Hmm.
and uh 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 oh God, who was the other
I don't
actor
know
that
who the
was
guy was that
John
they just showed.
Malkovich. It was John
Yeah.
Malkovich. Don't know who that is, but that was a cool little mystery because like I don't know that character. But
Hmm.
yeah, I mean it all thing looked amazing. And yeah, I was very impressed and interested, very interested and eager.
So there's two theories going on right now. Is that it is the Fantastic Four from 616, and somehow they ended up back in this futuristic 1960s. Or B, what Reed is working on, in the trailer, where you
Mhm.
see him kind of talking about, they're looking at that's the multiverse bridge that he was famous for building in the comics. Um, and that kind of gets them back, back to
Uh-huh.
616. Or B, this is how they come from their universe
Universe to
into the
ours.
MCU.
Yeah.
Correct.
Which
Um,
I think that's going to be I think they're it just kind of from the trailer it seems like they're from that world, so I think it's going to be
yeah.
they make their way to our
I
MCU.
I do like that they're going with that they're already established. We all know who the
Yeah.
Fantastic Four are, like at this
So
point.
exactly, and I think they do it in a great way. Where like I think that's why it works that they put them in
Hmm.
their own world and kept it to that 60s because they can play with that and then just
Hmm.
keep it for like keep it all just Fantastic Four. You already know
Yep.
who they are. They're obviously gonna show glimpse of like I think it's gonna be somewhat of a flashback of like when they got their powers
Hmm.
and then continue with the movie. Like down. I'm totally down with that. We've seen their origin story plenty of times. We know it.
We don't talk about the last time.
Let's just get to it. Yeah, yeah,
We don't
exactly.
talk about that
We
one.
don't talk about that other one too, but
Hey,
yeah, exactly. Let's
whoa, whoa, whoa.
just keep going.
I happen to enjoy the Fox Fantastic Fours, the first two. They were
Yeah,
fun,
they were fun.
but also
For their time, yes,
for
they
their
were
time.
fun.
And we got to see Silver Surfer. Come on.
That is
I
great. That
mean,
is true. And that is the only time we have seen on the screen.
the
Yeah, silver
Herald.
screen.
Yep. So we're gonna get the Herald back, not the one we're used to seeing. It's the female version um from the comics. But it looks fun, you know.
Yeah.
I will say is that's a stacked summer slate though. Like round Fantastic Four, you've got Superman and you've
Yep.
got the new Jurassic World coming out.
Trailer tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes, as far as I know, yeah, because they just did a teeny tiny teaser and whatnot. So,
That's right.
um, you know, it'll be interesting to see how they get it all them over to 616. And they have said that we are gonna see Doctor Doom at the end of First Steps.
Ooh,
So
oh yeah. I think it's rumored to be a like credit scene, a post credit or a
either it's
post
either at the
credit.
end of the movie or it's gonna be a credit scene. Either way, but we're
Yeah.
gonna get to see Doctor Doom at the end of it. So, um,
Sweet.
I'm looking forward to that. But we've got some gaming news to talk about. I sent you guys in our little group chat, the other day, when the news of this dropped.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but let's uh
Yeah.
let's go look at this, shall we? Um, Hold on, let me get my right screen up. We got to do this right. We got to go into the theater, but we're not going to have any you know, Jay's not
Little
here.
Jason, little J,
Yeah, we got no little Jay for
little
this,
J baby.
but let's do this. Let's do this the right way here, you know? So, anyways, Forza Horizon 5 is coming to PlayStation in the spring.
I know you were excited when that oh yeah.
Like, I enjoy Horizons. I love Forza Motorsport, but the fact of the matter is, we're getting Forza on PlayStation.
And
Like
that's not all. Like
this isn't all.
I think
It's
Microsoft confirmed what else was coming out. Like,
there's more coming.
yeah.
We talked about it, last week where we know that Doom is going to be coming to PlayStation at launch. We know Indiana Jones is on its way.
So, but it's also
There's
rumored now
rumor
Halo
of Halo
Infinite, the Master
and
Chief,
yeah, like
the Gears of War trilogy,
mhm,
and then of course the new game E-Day.
yeah.
Indiana Jones is already scheduled to come out
I
soon. So
think
yeah,
I think we can say that successfully Microsoft is embracing their gaming everywhere mantra and they're morphing into a publisher. That
yep.
happens to make consoles as well. Um, but what they're saying is there's nearly I haven't played this in a little while because I've been jumped on xCloud in a bit. But there's going to be there's 900 cars, 40 thematic game updates, two expansions, and more, all of it coming to PS5.
Whoa.
So it is so basically we've got Panic Button in partnership with Turn 10 and Playground Games. So for those that don't know, Playground Games has been kind of doing the Forza Horizon. Turn 10 pretty much takes care of doing motorsport, but they work in concert to each other and whatnot. So it's going to have all the same content as the Xbox and the PC release, including the car packs, Hot Wheels, Rally Adventure expansions. They'll be available for purchase. It's going to be basically like it's on Xbox. And you better damn well believe I am picking that game up. Like
Dope.
we've talked about this for a while that I love Forza
Yeah.
over
Gran
Gran
Turismo.
Turismo.
Hmm.
And like I do have on my Xbox account for xCloud and stuff like that, I do have a WRX STI built over on that already. So um they haven't said whether or not, if you sign in your Microsoft account, if your cloud save is going to move over or not. If it doesn't, fine, I'll start over from scratch. I'll go get that WRX at the beginning. It's a starting car. So you can start wish listing it on the PS5. According to the article from Forza, I haven't seen it update on my PlayStation Store yet. But yeah, I will be absolutely picking this thing up. Um, it's fun. It very much has that Need for Speed vibe to it. Um, and it's great. So I think honestly, for me, it's time that these floodgates started opening. And I want to say this to the Xbox fans out there that, are part of the CGN family and stuff is that I I think it's sad that you've got Microsoft saying, "Hey, we're going to give you guys Forza, essentially Halo, Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're doing Indiana Jones. We may see Starfield, that's rumored as
Oh,
another one
that
coming to
was
PlayStation,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
We may give you guys Gears of War. Perfect Dark is being built by the Coalition right now. It's they're doing all of this right. And here's PlayStation going, we're not giving you shit unless you're on PC. You know what? I think honestly, give them Uncharted, give them Horizon. You know what? Put Gran Turismo on Xbox. Right now, yes, MLB The Show is on there, but that is because MLB said if you want to keep making the first party titles exclusively, you have to put it on Switch and Xbox to keep the license. So of course they
Hmm.
said yes, to keep the license, we're going to do this. But I think Xbox fans deserve to be able to play Uncharted, and all those games. Like heck, go put Final Fantasy 7 on the Xbox. You know, it doesn't
I don't know.
need that.
I think the timing, don't you think the timing might be a factor? Because if they did it, say they followed suit right immediately, don't you think that would open the doors for Microsoft to kind of start selling consoles again? Or I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe maybe PlayStation or I'm sorry, maybe Sony are just kind of waiting until the right time to maybe do that. Hopefully, I don't know.
No,
I'm trying to
I
think of like I don't know. I'm trying to think of the reasoning behind it. Like why haven't they like kind of followed suit?
I mean arrogance, saying, "Hey, our console's just better."
Yeah, but
And,
I
you
mean,
know,
honestly, from a business standpoint, I'm not talking about the, you know,
the only reason I can see them saying why they can't do it is because of the dual sense. With haptic, with some of the stuff that they got built into the dual sense, how some of them use, some of the games actually use the touchpad. Um, it just might, also too is the way the PS5 is architected over the Xbox, right? We know,
okay.
like, let's look at Ratchet and Clank, for instance, right? You can just zip in between areas super quick. I don't know if the architecture in the Xbox is able to do that or not, like that instantaneous processing power that the PS5 does. So that's for me, I'm going to plead ignorance on
Okay.
that piece, right? As far as Xbox goes, because, honestly, the most Xbox I play is on XCloud now. That's just like the Halos and whatnot.
Mm.
Um, we know from a graphics perspective, the Series X can go right up there with the PS5, from a graphics perspective,
Yeah.
especially with what, the Forza team is doing, how the landscapes look, very lifelike and everything. So, um, I don't know, but I think it's time. Like, because the way I look at it is this, right? Is that gives you more of a revenue stream for your studios, right? Go put it on Xbox, give them Uncharted 4, give them Horizon, give them, Forbidden West at this point. I mean, because it's already been out for well over, a couple years
And
now.
that's the other thing. I feel
And
like that's why I do agree because I mean just you said it right there. Enough time has passed where okay, why not allow them to play the Uncharted Legacy and
yeah,
go through all those games? Same with Horizon. Like enough time has gone by
heck,
to
Last
where
of
those
Us.
exclusives are like okay, yeah, they were exclusive for a good amount of time. Let them play it. But I'm that's what I'm just trying to like kind of understand their mindset and why. I mean, Microsoft was brave enough to take the first step. They're showing it. Some of their biggest games are going to PS5.
I
They
mean,
said it.
they're talking Fable possibly going PlayStation.
Yeah, yeah,
Like at this point, Microsoft's just like, we want everybody to be able to play these games, regardless if you're playing on our hardware or somebody else's hardware. We want you to be able to play the games. You know what?
Overall, I under like right now, the timing, I understand the reluctance. I would be patient as well as a company. I would want to see further. Okay, I want to see how further on how many releases I see down the line, and maybe have a talk. Schedule something
Hmm.
powwow. But maybe communicate it too. Like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Maybe we'll think about it. But but there's a complete silence. There's nothing coming from Sony.
Here's my thing is, we've talked about this. Like, I think right now, PlayStation has got a crisis of conscience. Outside of Intergalactic and the rumored God of War that is set in Egypt, which would be freaking
Oh
awesome
my
to see
God.
Kratos go up
I
against
mean,
Anubis.
yeah, that's
But,
already
you know, but outside of that, right? And Wolverine's coming. But
yeah,
what else is Sony working on? What do they have in the pipe? And at this point, it's like Microsoft's like, we have all of this stuff is coming. We're going to start putting it on PlayStation because we want everybody to be able to play it. This needs to put something into Sony's, you know, in
yeah,
their court that goes, okay, you know what? We technically have competition. It just happens to be on our own fucking console, and we need to do something.
yeah.
So, you know, we'll see where PlayStation goes from here. what they decide to put on to Xbox, if anything. They've dabbled in launching stuff on PC, um, with Last of Us and Horizon and um,
God of War.
Uncharted and whatnot. I just it's time to just tear down the wall. Like Nintendo's the only one that I can see not putting their games on other consoles just because they
And
do
but they've
build in
all they're
Joy-Con.
also Nintendo's also been different from the other three.
Oh yeah, they've
They've
always
also
gone to their own
stood kind
thing.
of outside and like
Yeah.
held their own. But yeah, I mean, and even when they can, they share games
And at this
when they
point,
can. But
Phil Spencer's already said he looks forward to working with Nintendo and partnering with them. And with if the rumors of Halo and and Flight Simulator are true about them going to Switch, I think Sony
the
needs to kind
Switch
of
too.
the Switch too. Yeah, I think honestly, PlayStation needs to kind of go, all right, it's go time. Like put fucking Uncharted on the Switch too. I think the only reason you wouldn't do Uncharted on the Switch 2 is because you potentially may have the Vita successor in development right now, which has been rumored that they may be doing another Vita or a PSP,
Yeah,
something along those lines, right? And they did the update to the Portal where you can do it's cloud streaming now, so you can stream the games in your library right to your
yeah. I
console and
heard the
stuff.
Portal
So
is being heavily like redesigned. Like I heard it, whatever the Vita or the next kind
yeah,
of Sony handheld, it's heavily going to be influenced by the Portal since they already have that kind of foreign that factor. But they're going to do redesigns. But I think that's the starting point.
yeah. So we'll see how it goes from there. But you know what? I'm disappointed in Jason for not showing up tonight because
Bummer.
guess what? Guess what it is?
Exclusives.
No, it is that
Oh,
time of the month where
oh,
we get to
the monthly
see
games. That's right.
the monthly games for February,
Oh,
which
I gotta remember.
which
I gotta get
started
on.
today. So we're getting Payday 3, High on Life,
Mm.
and Pac-Man World Repack.
So now that it's free, dude, I highly recommend you try High on Life. It is funny.
It has looked rather entertaining.
It is. Especially, I mean, especially if you're a Rick and Morty fan. I don't know if you've watched those,
I
but
am not a Rick and Morty fan as much as you and Theo are,
uh
but
it's
it's
so good.
it's pretty much from
But
the mind of Rick and Morty.
yeah, and it is so funny.
It's it looks entertaining, and then you've got the Pac-Man World
Oh, sweet.
Repack, which was the remaster and stuff. So these games are going to go from February 4th through till March 3rd. Um, to Jason's point, this is a kind of a throwaway month in some ways. Like,
Yeah, I would say not a strong month. Last month was strong, but I would
yeah,
say or last month was okay.
last month was okay. Let's be honest. I mean, it was
Yeah.
Suicide Squad, which I haven't downloaded yet. I added it to my library and I'm like, I'll get around to it whenever I want to.
Yeah.
Hot Pursuit and Stanley Parable.
Yeah, they're
So,
not all going to be bangers. That's right.
no, but we'll see as far as what next month looks like and going forward. Um, but I want to talk some Nintendo shop
Ooh.
because Nintendo, we know
Just really
Switch
quick.
2.
Have you played Payday at all?
No.
Neither have I.
The only thing I've
And
seen
they're
about
on their
Payday is
three. They're on their
when
third
we've
game.
walked by it at E3,
Yeah,
you
and
know.
that is pretty much all the experience I've had of it, and
Yeah.
it's just so popular. I don't get it.
Right. But
Yeah.
anyways, so Nintendo, we know we have the Switch 2 in the pipe, and we should be hearing stuff about that with the Nintendo Direct in April. We know Metroid Prime is on its way. We know a new Mario 3D adventure is on its way. There's a rumored Zelda remake slash remaster. We don't know what that is. That could be any of the games in the catalog.
So I would like to reiterate my previous statement.
Huh.
If the starting line is as you are saying the games right now,
The rumors.
the rumors,
Yes.
I will reconsider by getting a
If
launch.
let me put it this way,
And then
at
it is
launch,
also depending on the Zelda remake. If it is Wind Waker, I will definitely consider
I
getting
don't
a
want a
Switch 2.
remake of Wind Waker. Give us what the HD version that was on the Wii U. That's
Or
perfect.
that, yeah, or just
What I
like
want,
remaster, whatever.
I've asked for this for a while now, is I want Ocarina of Time in the Tears of the Kingdom engine.
Yeah. Also,
Give me that.
that would be awesome. But yeah, I would definitely reconsider.
But if we're looking at in the first year, right? Okay, let's just look at the first year for the Switch 2. If we are getting Mario Kart 9, which looks amazing, which I'll get that anyways because I love Mario Kart.
I'll wait on that.
We're getting that's just because you have PTSD.
Oh, shut up.
You
I
know
do.
what? You can't step into the dojo and compete.
Oh
Anyways,
my God.
but if we're getting that, we're getting Metroid Prime 4. We're
Also,
getting a
yeah.
possible Zelda remake. We are getting, a Mario 3D game. Right there, you've got those coming in the first year. That's a
Already,
banger
yeah.
start from Nintendo, right? And Nintendo gave us Prime 2 and 3, please, and give us Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, and it'll shut us all up for a while.
Yeah.
Um, but then you have third-party support in potentially Halo, Microsoft Flight Simulator, and
I would
you
still get those
know,
on PS5
you've
though,
got
but yeah.
Assassin's Creed. Oh, fucking Halo! I will buy on both.
Really?
I will get it so that way
Okay.
I can still fucking play Halo on the go.
Okay. I'm okay.
You know what? There are certain games I will buy on both systems and not bat an eye at. You
Okay.
know,
Cool.
um, so I mean, come on, I've got Ori on the Switch. You
I
know,
am like super excited for your Christmas gift now.
so anyways, but for me, it's like I love Halo. I'm, you know
Cool.
what? But for me, like we've talked about it, right? Is
Just not that
owning an
show.
Xbox, owning the mini fridge just for Forza and Halo isn't enough for me, especially at that
Yeah.
price point right now, right? I mean, for $500, that's car parts.
Yeah,
Now for me, now I have to start looking at it in terms of, ooh, that's a car part. You know,
that's
that's
right. Yeah.
honestly for $500, I could get the fender shrouds, pulley cover, a couple other pieces for dress up on my engine bay for $500.
Hmm.
500 bucks I can
For me,
get
that would just go towards pro.
I could for 500 bucks I could get a spoiler for the
Oh,
Rex. That's what I'm just saying, like for me as I start looking at it in car parts now,
yeah.
you know. But even then, like 500 bucks, that's almost a PS5 Pro at that point. So, the games coming to PlayStation, if they're coming to PlayStation, I'll get them on PlayStation for sure. I've already got the PS5, so I might as well just keep it that way. But let's look at Nintendo though, because their year-end numbers came out, and the Switch is now over 150 million units
I believe
in
it.
its lifetime.
Yeah.
So
It's
when you look
surpassed. Yeah, that's
it's
insane. I'm not surprised, but it's still pretty insane
the
that it
fact that
is
it's still
surpassed.
selling units,
And it's
like
still selling. Yeah.
people are like, yes, the Switch 2 is coming out. We'll get it eventually. I want the Switch now for everything that's out
Yeah,
now,
but there are
you
people who
know?
are, yeah, exactly, who are just like, nah, you're like, if they're thinking trying to get the Switch 2 is going to be too hard, too complicated for the first
Yes.
couple years. No, I'll take a Switch now. There's plenty of
There's
games.
plenty.
There's plenty of sales for a
Oh
lot of the
yeah.
games. I mean, yeah, dude. Yeah.
And let's
I mean, I'm
I mean,
not
let's look at that
surprised.
in retrospect, right? Because that's the one thing, the nice thing about the Nintendo Codec at PC JP site rather has all the sales units and stuff. So we know the 3DS did 76, just shy of 76 million. The Wii U did 13.5, not surprising.
Yeah.
But the DS 154 million units. Think about that. The Switch
Yeah.
is 4 million units away from surpassing the DS. Who would have thought that the Switch, at this point in its existence, would sell 150 and now be almost ready to surpass the DS? I mean, the Wii sold 101. You know, I mean, you look at the rest, right? The NES was just shy of 62 million. The Super Nintendo was 49. N64 was 32.
32.
GameCube was 20,
Wow.
just shy of 22. I mean, they had a major decline until, you start looking at the Wii.
Yeah.
I
I
I
mean, honestly, the DS is what I feel is what saved Nintendo.
mhm. And
It
the
really
Wii. I would
was.
say the Wii as well, you
The
know.
Wii was like the tipping stone to where it brought Nintendo back, I think, to that level where we were thinking like the trifecta of the Super Nintendo 64 GameCube days.
Hmm.
The Wii, the DS kept it afloat, kept it going on a rise, and then the Wii brought it back to that pedestal where like Nintendo's back. This is a console to check out, to experience. It's Nintendo. Yeah, I think it really put them back on the map. Yeah.
I mean, for me though, I will always love the Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that I was able to get a hold of one of the Super Nintendo controllers for the Switch is fantastic. So, but you look at overall though, I this is the testament to Nintendo though, that knowing that they have the Switch 2 on the horizon, they still haven't 100% thrown in the towel on the Switch. They're still bringing stuff out. You had the new, you had Xenoblade Chronicles coming out and everything.
And honestly, I
Mhm.
don't think they're going to stop for a while. Even
I
while the Switch 2 is out.
I
It
think you'll
still
have a
sells.
I think you'll have a year or two where it's
I think that's a good
that Switch
estimate.
and Switch 2, and then they're just gonna be like, we're done. We're just gonna go Switch 2 only. Um,
I think they
but
may take a little bit more time phasing out the Switch to fully just selling the Switch 2.
I mean, we'll see. I will say this, Nintendo, before you give up on say the Switch is done, we need 4 games. That's it. Give us the 4. Give us Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Prime 2 and 3, and that'll make everybody happy.
Yeah.
Just give us these games. You've been
Just
rumored.
please.
They've been rumored for so long now. Like
I mean,
we
at
need
least we saw a title and a teaser
Mhm.
of Prime 4. So I mean, that has movement.
Dude,
That's
Prime
clearly
4.
right. I mean,
Hmm. Now, I think here's the thing is for you to bring out Prime 4, right? And you've already brought out Prime Remastered. I think you have to bring out Prime 2 and 3. You have to,
yeah.
you know.
Although
Um,
like what the one thing I am honestly like, this is my theory, is that I honestly think those are coming on Switch too, man. If they're gonna do even like a remastered or a bundle type of
if
deal, I think just because on the timing, because I honestly feel that Prime 4 is gonna be a Switch 2.
Do you think it's Switch 2 exclusive?
I think so. I think it
Because
will be.
remember, we talked about this when we saw the trailer. I had a theory that that looked more like a Switch 2 game than anything else. But that being said, we know how Nintendo Studios specifically utilize that hardware to
Yeah.
make the games look absolutely
Uh,
gorgeous, like they should never belong on there, like Tears of the Kingdom.
I think Prime 4 is going to be a Switch 2 exclusive, and then they're going to do that Switch 2 and Switch for the I think they're going to bundle 2 and 3, and then do the 2 for have it, you can get them on either console.
Yeah, I'll buy
Because
these. Like,
I also feel that they've done that before with a game
they
of
did
that stature before.
remember they did Mario All-Stars, which was
Okay,
Mario
yeah, yeah.
Sunshine, Mario Galaxy, and Mario 64. They brought that out for a while and then they discontinued it and then turned around and put Mario 64 on the N64 Virtual Console.
Hmm.
But we don't have a GameCube or we don't have a GameCube or Wii emulator on the Switch yet. So it'll be interesting. I wonder if we do end up getting a Wii or a GameCube emulator on the Switch too.
Yeah, who knows?
But, and then let's look at sales though, right? Top selling unit sales. Mario Kart 8. So we know 150 Switches are out there.
Damn, dude. Now I understand why they take their
67.
time on the Mario Karts because that continues to sell.
Yeah.
Insane.
So when you look at it, right? So that is like 40%,
Damn, dude. And then your game. That I wouldn't have called that.
45%, 45% of all the Switches out there pretty much have Mario Kart attached to them.
Yeah. But
And then
also
you've got,
second your game.
and then
I
Mario, and
wouldn't
then
have
Animal
called that.
Crack. Animal Crack, 47.44 million. You know, it's a third. Third of all the Switches have Animal Crossing on them.
That's crazy. I'm in the
It's great.
minority on that.
Yeah.
That's very
And
weird.
then and then look, you got Smash Brothers.
Smash.
Now, here's the thing though, is like you've got Breath of the Wild was at 32.62 million, right? To date.
Yeah.
I think, and I'll agree with you on this, because you brought this up, you know, in the past episodes, is that Animal Crossing came out at a very perfect time as well.
Oh, that is true. I
And it
mean,
launched
that was
right
peak
there
time
at
during
the pandemic
lockdown.
when none of
Yeah.
us could do anything.
And
So,
that's clearly that type of game that like you can lose
mhm,
yourself and find comfort
yeah.
in. So, oh yeah, but I
But still,
mean,
though,
it's
I
still
know people
perfect
that are
timing.
still buying
Like,
new copies of that.
yeah, that's the
Like,
thing. It's still selling. There's a reason. It was just perfect timing. I
and
mean,
I still playing it,
yeah,
you know.
it's understandable. And plus, like the argument against Breath of the Wild, man, like it was a different format for a Zelda game.
Mhm.
It was more open world. People had to get used to it. I think people overall had the excitement for the game, and then really had their critiques. But it still did very well, and
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
top tier, no one of the number one
Mhm.
games. And but I understand the position that it's in.
Yep.
That makes sense to me.
And then you got Mario Odyssey at 29 million. You've got Sword and Shield for Pokemon at
Yeah.
26.6.
And then
Right
there's
behind
Tears.
it,
Awesome.
Scarlet and Violet. You've got Tears of the Kingdom, 21 and
Yeah.
a half million. And you know what though? Like after playing, we've talked about this. There's a lot of critiques about Tears of the Kingdom as well,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and it hasn't been out as long as Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild's been out for the length the Switch has been out, but overall though, there was a lot of things that were to be critiqued about Tears of the Kingdom. You
Yeah.
know, the mechanics and forcing people to build stuff to advance in the game, instead of just letting them do what they need to do, right? Mario Party at 21. And look at the little engine that just like Mario Kart, the little engine that could. New Super Mario
Yeah.
Brothers U, which was on the Wii U rather, 18 million units.
Yeah. I was one of the. I bought that too. I love the
Oh,
deluxe. That was a
mhm.
goal.
I've got it physically and digitally,
Yeah.
you know? And
And still crazy thing, the most out of all of those games, I would say are Mario games.
uh,
One,
Mario,
two,
Mario Party. Okay, if you want to include Mario Party in there, so there's
yeah,
two. Then you've got Mario
three,
Odyssey. There's three. You got Mario
mm,
Kart, and you got
Mario
I
Kart.
wouldn't count. I
Four.
wouldn't count Smash Brothers,
I wouldn't count Smash
but
Brothers. Yeah, that's true. So four.
you know, but let's compare that, right? When you look at the Wii U, right?
Oh
Let's talk
wow.
about Mario games, right? Now,
Top three.
granted, okay, so granted though, we know that the Wii U had 13 and a half
Yeah, that's
million
right.
units. So more than 50% of that had Mario Kart on it.
Yeah.
You know, a third of it had Mario 3D World, New Super Mario Brothers U, you know, Smash Brothers, Nintendo Land, Splatoon, Mario Maker. New Luigi, new Super Luigi U,
Yeah.
Wind
Yeah.
Waker, we got 2.37 million sold on the Wii U, which when you look at it, right, that's 13 million consoles. So,
Give it to us.
so that was still 15% of all of all the Wii U's out there had Wind Waker on it, you know? And then when you look back, 3DS, Mario Kart. Like Mario Kart is so far is like the system, the game that's on every system.
Pretty
Of
much,
course,
yeah.
then you've got Pokemon
Of course,
on the
Pokemon. Yeah.
DS, three different versions, And look, oh, Animal Crossing. Again,
New
you
Leaf.
know?
Wow. So there wasn't another Animal Crossing since New Leaf, was there?
No, so you had one on the GameCube is when it launched. You had it on the
GameCube,
DS.
DS.
You had a Wii version. I
Oh,
don't,
okay.
but it's probably not on. Yeah, see, it's not on the list, right? Um, yeah, let's. I don't want Animal Crossing World. Give me just Animal Crossing. Just do the wiki. So here you go. So platform. So you had Animal Crossing on the GameCube. Then you had Wide World on the DS or Wild World on the DS.
Mm,
City Folk was the one on the Wii.
okay.
Then you had New Leaf on the 3DS.
So I remember New Leaf getting a lot of popularity.
Yep.
Yeah.
Happy Home Designer was eh.
Don't
Amiibo
even remember
Festival,
that.
on the Wii U. Then you had Pocket Camp came out on the mobile, so on iPads and phones and stuff, and then you had
Don't
New
remember that.
Horizons.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, New Leaf was great. City Folk was good. Um,
Okay.
but overall, I mean, I've been playing Animal Crossing since GameCube. So what's funny is if you look at this, right, Animal Crossing released on the 64 in 2001. We
Wow,
didn't
it
get it.
started 64.
Yeah, but we didn't. That was only in Japan though. We didn't get it stateside until GameCube
Oh, okay.
in 2002.
Gnarly.
So I've been playing Animal Crossing since we got it here in the States.
Okay.
So, you know, 2002 to 2025, so 23 years. I've stuck with that franchise. So, but, overall though, it still is impressive the staying power that all of these games have for Nintendo,
Yeah,
right?
man.
And how many of these, when you walk into a store, whether it be GameStop, Target, Best Buy, Walmart, whatever, these games are full price still. $60 a pop for the most part. Some of them are down to the 50, a couple are down to the 40, but overall though, they're still full price. That shows you the staying power of Nintendo games. Um, and I wish that PlayStation would get back to this mentality. Let's just build the
Yeah.
games for us. Quit this live service junk and just get back to making games that made PlayStation.
Yep. Absolutely.
You know, and Herman, I hope you're sitting around with the folks there, and talking about getting back to that, especially now that Shuhei is gone. You know, you've now the old guard is pretty much gone now. Like, yes, Herman was at Gorilla, for Horizon and Killzone and stuff, but when you look at the actual PlayStation leadership, the guard is gone. It's all it's all new stuff, and you can't keep just going live service because that's what everybody else is doing. You can't try and, you know, make content and stories because, oh, this is what everybody else is doing. Get back to what made PlayStation.
Yeah.
You know? Um, And then I think everything else will fall in its place. I think going back to our conversation about Microsoft, right, and bringing their games to PlayStation, that is honestly going to bring a level of competition. Like, guess what? We're showing up on your turf with Halo, Gears, Forza, potentially Fable, Perfect Dark. We're showing up on your turf and we're going to let your fans play these games. And if you don't put out games that are better than the Xbox games that are coming to your console, that's a huge problem. And I think they need to address it.
Agreed. As I've said before about Microsoft, they're the ones that have taken the first step, and I hope Sony is considering to follow suit.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll get there, hopefully. But I mean, like I said, I will always own a Nintendo. I don't know if I'll get the PlayStation 6, like we talked about. You said, hey, you'll always have a PlayStation. You don't know if you'll get the Switch 2 right away or not. We know you'll eventually get the Switch 2. We know
Oh
that'll happen.
yeah,
But
absolutely.
you would have a PlayStation over a Nintendo.
Oh, by far,
You know.
I am a Sony fanatic fan, so I would
Mhm.
definitely go for the PS6 way before. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I would always have a Nintendo. I mean, but I've grown up with Nintendo since the NES days.
And same,
Um,
like I would definitely go for the Switch too, and like go for Nintendo, but like
if
in later time, so yeah, Sony for me would be
if they
the
both
first
launched
to
at the
go.
same time, you're going PlayStation.
I would go PlayStation. Oh yeah,
For
yeah,
me, I think after how the PS5 generation went, I'd probably hold off on getting the PS6 at launch, just because we know, like with the PS5, there weren't games that utilized the hardware
yeah.
for a while. So could we have waited? Yeah, we could have pulled a Jason and waited a little bit, but um, it was still great having a PlayStation. So, um, God, it's gonna be weird doing the outro tonight. Then we're talking about Jason.
Yeah,
Like
that's right.
Jason's not here,
Actually,
Theo's not here.
without Jason's mean comments, I think I will try out Theo's exit tonight.
Ooh, all right. But anyway, so Jerry, over the last week, have you gotten to play or watch anything?
Um, let's see. Playing. I've been honestly stuck on Cyberpunk. I've been just building my guy up and net running and slowly doing the story missions here and there.
Hmm.
I'm like I think this is going to be the last time I play it after I get done. I won't be, I don't think I'll pick it up for a while because I've really did a lot in this run.
Yeah,
Um, and then I'm gonna go finish some of the my backlog. Yeah, so that for games, that's been it. Watching, I've kind of rewatched some. I've been solo leveling. I've been keeping up with. Been watching a little bit more anime and some older anime. I rewatched Afro Samurai. I got into that for a little bit. I
nice.
finished that up. It's so good.
God, I can remember when that came out.
Yeah, it's so good. And then same Taylor Sheridan kick. I finished
Hmm.
all the current shows, and now I'm rewatching Yellowstone since the final uh part of the final
Okay,
season has come out. So yeah, I'm gonna finish it all.
nice. I
And how about
started.
you? Yeah,
I
yeah.
started to rewatch on Rebels.
Oh, yeah,
I've
dude.
never finished it out, but somehow I managed to get onto Rebels TikTok for a little while, and I was like,
Oh, and
I really need to
you
watch
want to go
this
down
and
the
and
rabbit
go.
hole now?
I
Yeah.
I went down the
Oh,
rabbit hole,
so
so
good.
because I did enjoy Ahsoka, right? And I was
Yeah.
familiar with the characters like Ezra and Sabine and whatnot.
And
So
Kanan. But
and
dude,
Kanan and
once you finally watch it all, you're gonna have so much more appreciation for Ezra. Like the moment I
Mhm.
first saw Ezra on Ahsoka, like live action, I was like, oh my God, like
Yeah.
and the actor, when you finally see Ezra growing up and like see
Yeah.
where he was, where we left off with him,
Yep.
and then if you ever rewatch a show, you're gonna have
Oh,
more
I'll.
of an appreciation. Like because the actor did such a good job, and you'll have such a more of an appreciation
Mhm.
for the Kanan and Freddie Prinze Jr.'s um
Oh yeah, dude. Just the
performance. Like it's oh yeah, he for me is on one like top 10 list of Jedis. Like Kanan is truly one of the best, I believe.
and I look at it right, and just even through the first like 8 episodes, there's just a lot of growth and stuff. Even for Ezra starting to kind of tap into
Yeah.
that ability. And like I just got done watching
It's
the
crazy how
episode where.
those animated series are so well done and
Mhm.
have so much of that depth.
Oh look, it's Pierre. Pierre's in chat.
Oh my
I'll
gosh,
respond to
what's
yours
up,
with
dude?
a "What up, baby?"
What up, yo? But
So,
yeah, yeah,
um,
dude,
so
I'm
yeah, I'm going
so
through Rebels,
excited.
but I
That's
just
awesome.
finished off the episode where they, Kenan and Ezra go back to that planet with the essentially the night creatures,
Oh,
and
okay.
Ezra like wakes up the big bad giant one to take on the Inquisitor, and I was like just seeing Ezra to that point where he's really tapping into that force potential
Oh
and
yeah.
why Cannon was like, hey, we need to train you, like really train you because you almost went full on dark right
Oh,
there.
dude, I'm so excited when you get to
And
when you get to Sam Witwer doing his thing with Darth Maul.
yeah,
Oh
we all
man.
know how much I
Oh
love
yeah,
Darth
yeah.
Maul. Like we know how
Yeah,
much I love
dude.
Darth Maul, but
Oh,
like,
and when you
um,
see his like him getting back to everything. Oh, dude, yeah. S-
like it
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah,
so much.
dude.
I'm back on my Star Wars kick so much that I ordered Star Wars decals for the car.
Oh, sweet, sweet.
I've got the Rebel Jedi Order merge symbol, and I also have the Phoenix Squadron logo coming
Oh,
as well,
nice.
which is what Sabine wears on her armor, and then eventually it's an actual squadron,
That's
right there
right.
leading up to the Battle of Yavin. So I've got those coming, but yeah, there's that, and I'm still going through a little bit of the rookie. Still on season 1 on that. I've kind of just
Oh,
been like,
cool.
depends on
Oh,
how like heavy I want to watch. It's like,
totally forgot.
do I
I'm
go rookie
current.
or
I think I said
ooh,
that last week, but I'm current
yeah.
on that. I just need to. I think a new episode just came out where I need to watch the new one, but I'm up to season 7.
So yeah, so for me it's like I'll get there. Like I'm just kind of, it depends on what I'm in the
Yeah,
mood for. Um, and then from a gaming perspective wise, still on my shenanigan BS.
nice.
I am getting a tiny hair to do a little remodeling and expand the museum
Oh no.
and make it, take over like half my island. Um, so we'll see how that, what I end up doing with that.
God,
More
what will happen? Hypothetical, what would ever happen if the game company decided to give you just a little bit more land? Oh my God.
Well, SimCity did that on the Super Nintendo and ate it all up. Um, God, do you give me more land on that? Oh my God.
More land to the island. I'm just wondering, like, how have they had to have thought of that by now? Like, what if we let them expand? Like,
I think that's what the, Happy Home Island was, giving us a
oh,
little bit more to
okay.
go play with and stuff. I honestly, we're gonna get an Animal Crossing on Switch too. And I think that's
Oh
probably
yeah,
there.
eventually.
We'll probably do something a little bit more with that. Um, I wouldn't mind seeing them giving it more a cityscape now, going into where you can do skyscrapers and things like that. That'd be really freaking
Like
cool.
truly build your like from the ground up.
Like, yeah, you can terraform, you have your, skyscrapers you can build and whatnot.
Oh,
But,
yeah. Yeah,
so
definitely
there's
goes
that. And then,
check out solo leveling.
Fire Emblem, still working a little bit through that.
Oh,
Um,
fire.
just working on honestly, at this point, I'm just starting to work on my backlog, stuff I need to
Okay.
actually go back and finish, you know, as much as I love Fire Emblem, I have not finished Engage. It's the only one I haven't finished yet that I've played. So, Like I
Okay.
did three houses. I went with the golden tier house for three houses. So this one I'm still working through it. Like getting back into getting back into it is great. So
Hmm.
um but anyway, so with that, for those that did hang out with us in chat tonight and just listen along and whatnot. So hopefully we got up to speed on some of the new stuff that's coming, especially with the announcement of Forza coming to the PS5. You got the Switch still cranking out numbers. I would say this, to your point, Jerry, I think you're right. I think it does. By the time everything's said and done, I think the Switch will break the DS record
Oh,
for,
I think so too. Like
you
that
know,
that's why I think
um,
because I that's why I think it's not going to be the normal 2 years cycle while we see the transition from that to the two. I think it's
yeah.
going to take a little longer for the transition for the for the Switch 1 to get phased out because it's still selling and I think
I
there's
think it's going to
still
end up
that
having to
need for
be
it.
that DS to 3DS, when they
Yeah,
kept making the DS
great
and then they
comparison.
finally
I
were like,
yes, I
we're
think
done.
that.
We
Yeah.
got to cut it off. Like we can't keep doing two SKUs and whatnot. So, um, but like we talked about at the top of the show, for all those that, watch us, you know, weekly, whether it's on YouTube, over here on Twitch, or they're catching one of the episodes on the audio platforms that, can't reiterate enough that we will always be that safe place that regardless of age, orientation, your ethnicity, whatever it is, you're welcome to game night. You know, I I hate the amount of hate that's in the world right now, and against people that just want to just want to exist, and have their life. Like they just want to sit in their own corner and not even do anything, and people are still hating on them. So, um, it is one of those things, this is a safe place once again, because a lot of places are not celebrating it anymore because of the decree. Once again, happy start to Black History Month. Um, for those folks that aren't really familiar with it, I recommend you go learn about it. Um, and learn about all those great, you know, black, men and women that have contributed to amazing things in our history that they deserve credit for, Um, and with all of this, right, just please be excellent to each other.
That's right, everyone. We just want to send everyone out with the same message. Yeah, let's just continue to try and have more of an open mind and open perspective. People need to be acknowledged, and they need to be recognized. Let's just try and be patient and be open to hear others' perspectives and sides, and give them that platform to speak their word and their truth. And overall, let's just try to do and be better, and lend a helping hand when we can, and be safe out there. Still, the weather is crazy. It's cold out
Fuck
there.
the weather.
Everyone just be safe and healthy. And I guess I'm gonna do Theo's outro. To all of you, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. TTFN. Ta ta for now.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. See, I did it right that time. See, I did it right.
You,
Yeah.
you
Jesus,
missed
just
till
a.
next time. You missed till next time.
Oh, I
Till next
did.
time, everybody.
Till next.